morning. Today we are going to the Highway 127 garage sale. I had never heard of that until this year, and what it is basically a massive train line of garage sales that goes all the way from Michigan to Alabama and luckily runs right through Cincinnati. So we are going to start and work our way south, and once we feel like turning around, we will turn around. But I'm hoping to find maybe some frames for cross stitch, maybe some abandoned needlework that needs rescuing, and really just see what we can get into. So thought it would be fun to bring you along for the ride. So let's see what we find today. I did bring my current knitting whip to work on, so it'll be cool to see how much progress I can get on this today. I am just about done with the heel flap here, so let's see where we end the day with as well. Okay, as you can tell, the hair has gone up, the sunglasses have gone on. It is absolutely so hot out, but we just finished up at our first stop. This event is really cool because online there is a map that kind of zooms in on each area and highlights where there is going to be areas with more than 25 vendors. So we went to the one that was about 25 minutes from the house, and I'd say there's probably 30 or 40 different vendors there. And the very first place that we walked up to was definitely the best one there. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what I got. So I picked up some of these vintage buttons. There were so many of them just in like a big container, and they were so cute. So I got this little pink puppy dog and this little kitty cat, the strawberry. I was thinking these would be awesome for cross stitch finishing, maybe potentially turning into needle minders, or finishing and somehow attaching to my stitching case. Loved these thimble buttons as well. Those were really cool, the little scissors. And some of these vintage larger white pearlescent. I also picked up some fabric from the same vendor. This was just too cute to pass up. This little kitty cat is so goofy. There's also a dog on the inside. I love this. Maybe a project bag, I'm not sure. I think it's about a yard of fabric, so that is just so fun. Could not turn that down. I also picked up some different plaids, so like a grayish plaid and a blue plaid. Thought these would be awesome. They're a little bit smaller cuts, but I thought they'd be great for maybe finishing some cross stitch. Then these were vintage wrapping paper, so they're each folded in half, so this is a little bit larger, but I thought this would be great for my junk journaling. So this little baseball guy is so cute. We go to a lot of baseball games. And then these little girls just having a lovely time with their kitty cats picking apples, so it's on the back as well. So that was our first stop. We were there for probably about an hour or so. Now we're driving about 25 minutes to the next place where there's a lot of vendors. We're definitely making sure to stay hydrated because it is so hot and just the sun is absolutely beating, but let's see what we find next. Okay guys, so it is the next day and I wanted to show you everything that I ended up getting. So the way that this event kind of works is online. They have a map, and on the map it highlights areas that are going to have more than 25 vendors in the same area. But then they also, along the route, like people just open up their garages or barns or whatever it might be, and you could pull over, they put signs up and stuff. So unfortunately, the very first place that we went and the very first booth that we went to was by far the best place of the day. That's where I got the fabric and the buttons that I showed you earlier. So luckily we did go back there because at first I mean, it was the very first one we walked up to and we had the whole day ahead of us. So I didn't get all the things that I would have gotten if I knew that that was going to be the best of the best. So we went back there, but first we went to a couple other places. I did find from one of the booths a frame that I'm going to use, I think, for What Remains by Blackbird Designs. So this was $2, and then I also got this from the same vendor. It's a little vase that I'm gonna I want to make beaded flowers and put them in a vase, and I've been looking for a little vase, so this was perfect. It's just wide enough. I think it's gonna work great. And then this frame again, I hope will work for What Remains by Blackbird Designs. I really like the details here, and it will just about fit in an 8x8 frame, but all the 8x8 frames that I've ordered are not, they're just short of 8x8 internally, but this one I measured and hopefully it will work. So these were at one of the larger events with quite a few vendors, but I got these from the same vendor and paid $2 for these combined. The next place we went was a barn that we stopped at along the way, and it was funny because the car parked out front, the license plate was Saint Nick, and I was like thinking about it on the way up, I was like, is this guy like Santa? And sure enough, we went in there and he was Santa. He had a necklace on that said the same thing. It was like a decorative party necklace that said Saint Nick on it, and he was Santa. So these items I got from Santa's house. First was this clock. I was thinking, I really do like the clock, to be honest, but also I think I could take this stuff out and use it as a frame. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna do there, but I just thought it was a unique shape, and it was only $2. So that was the first thing I got from Santa's house. And then I also got these 2 plates. I was on the lookout for more plates because I wanted to do like a hanging situation in my house, but these are 2 of the same plates. I just thought they were really cute. I'll probably end up hanging one up, but I picked them both up for the set. So those are the 2 plates I got. That was a total of $6 each. And like I mentioned, we went back to the very first place that we went where I got all that cute fabric, and I picked up a few more things. So the first piece of fabric I'm gonna show you, I was so happy that they still had it because I wanted to get it initially but did not end up pulling the trigger the first time. So I was so happy that it was still there. It is this lovely blue with silly little people on it. Love it. I believe from doing some research that these are from flour sack towels, or I'm sorry, from flour sack bags from the 20s, that people reproduce the patterns into fabric because back in the Great Depression they used to make dresses and things out of flour sacks, and so the companies that made flour started to put cute designs on the flour sacks so that people could use them to make clothing and outfits with, and all kinds of things, I'm sure. But this is what I believe to be a reproduction of one of those. So that was so cute. This says 2 yards, so that's great. Second cut I got was just these little buds. Third I got was just this nice pink. This is another 2 yards. I obviously, as you know, I love things pink, so I'll definitely get some use out of that. And it looks cute with these buds too, but I mean, it would look cute with anything pink that I have. This is just a small cut, but it is these really cute hearts with little patterns inside. And then this nice brown, I was actually thinking of making some sort of a bag with this. So there's all kinds of really cute bags on TikTok that I've seen people make, like a shoulder bag that has little bows on it. Really cute. And so I was thinking for fall that this plain brown would be perfect and match a lot of things. And of course I had to get some more buttons because the woman that was running the booth said that this was all her mother's stuff, and that she was selling from, they said they cleaned out her mom's basement. So I have no idea when some of these things would be from, but she had a lovely collection, especially of buttons. So here's the total amount of buttons that I ended up with. Just to highlight a couple of my favorites here, I found another strawberry for Strawberry Moon. Really cute. I got this little bear, a little sheep, a little goose, come on, and this little house scene. Some of my favorites, but these were all absolutely treasures. I cannot wait to add these as little accessories to projects, finishing, project bags, stitching cases, all kinds of stuff. So, oh yeah, here's another funny one, like this corn. Like, come on, that's so funny. So yeah, that is my final wrap up. I guess I could go ahead and show you my sock as well. I will say, to be honest, I did not get much done on my sock yesterday, but we did travel to see some family today, so had a bit of a car ride that I was able to work on my sock, and was able to finish the heel flap, heel turn, and working on the gusset decreases. So that's where we ended there on the sock, and that's where I'll go ahead and end the video. So thanks so much for watching. It's so fun to bring you along on this fun little day. I'll definitely be going to the 127 yard sale for years to come, and hope it inspires you to look into the next time it comes around as well. So have a good one. Bye.